What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here and welcome to Season 2 Episode 10 of Pompey Youth Stars. Just before I get started, don't forget the Scouting Gold contest is on and it is on Best Strikers this month. All the details for that will be at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But first up we have this game against Fulham. It is a top of the table clash. If you look on the right hand side to the table, which we'll go to now, you can see that we're in second and they are in first. They are 14 points clear, they've basically won the league, but we're going to give it our best shot just to see if we can score some points off them and make our position even more safe in second place. So let's get on with this match and see how we do. We started brightly, Boateng firing the ball into the box, almost catching the goalkeeper out, who had to palm it away. The ball was cleared out for a throw-in, but from that resulting throw-in, the ball dropped to Lodigan, who managed to beat the defender, drawing the foul on the edge of the box. From the resulting free kick we fired it in, and in the confusion it ended up in the back of the net, ended up as an own goal, just hitting Dan Burn in the face basically. He couldn't get out of the way and knocked it past his goalkeeper. As you can see there, the ball was just basically going straight into the goalkeeper's arms, but Dan Burn just could not get out of the way and in it went. So I was very grateful for that. About 5 minutes gone and we are 1-0 up through an own goal, but then this happened. What the hell? What the hell kind of decision was that? Please score now, I'm going to be so angry. But luckily they didn't score. We managed to get it clear after that fiasco. A little bit concerned by my goalkeeper there. But then a little bit after, Lodigan danced his way through the defence, almost played in a beautiful back heel to Paulette. Didn't quite come off, but we weren't finished there. We came up next with a classic counter-attack. Paulette starting from inside his own half, beating the defender with ease and then firing it into the back of the net. Fantastic counter-attack there, really classic stuff. Bong couldn't play today because he was just too tired, so the weight was on Paulette's shoulders and he carried it with aplomb. Lovely finish into the corner there, and that brings him up to 9 goals for the season. He's really doing well, only a couple behind Bong. Shortly after that, Robson wanted in on the action, beat a defender and fired off the shot. Good stop from the goalkeeper though to keep it at 2-0, but we were really dominant at this point, really playing some nice football, as demonstrated by this lovely one-touch play up the pitch, another counter-attack which eventually released Boateng to go through on goal, firing it at the near post, but a good save kept it out. So we were really dominant by this point. 4 shots, all 4 of them on target, sorry. Possession was pretty even as well, and Fulham didn't even have a shot on goal. They really were not looking like the team that was running away with the title. They were playing really poorly and we were just coming in with shot after shot on goal, and it continued right from the kickoff in the second half. Paulette danced past the defender and blasted it only just wide, really adding a real threat to the attack. He is. Beautiful bit of skill there past the defender and just wide. And then a little bit later Lodigan came again, Dan Burn just making up for his earlier mistake that led to the goal. If he hadn't got ahead on that, Robson would easily have flicked it into the net, but another chance came Robson's way shortly after, robbing the defender and clean through on goal. And I thought I had made a terrible miss there, but then on the replay I realised it was a fantastic save from the keeper off his knee to keep it at 2-0. We couldn't quite get the third and they punished us right at the death in the 90th minute. My defence just split like the Red Sea, completely unmarked this striker was, brought it down nicely and poked it past Doherty. That was their only shot on target in the entire game and in it went, but we managed to hang on for the 2-1 victory, which really was flattering for Fulham. It should have been a lot more. We had 6 shots, 5 of them on target, they only had 1 on target and it went in for the goal. Possession was pretty even, but we were completely dominant. We really should have scored more goals than that, but it was a great performance against the lead leaguers. Great performance from our strikers, Robson 7.5, Paulette 7.4, Doherty with 7.7 as man of the match, Boateng good as well. So a really solid performance to completely overrun the league leaders. Okay, that was a fantastic result against Fulham. Really strong performance to outclass the league leaders, so really happy with that result. Next up we have this game against Oldham, who are right down in 20th position, so quite far below us. So I'm going to sim this game, but just before I do, we have this scouting report from Murphin, and he is in Uruguay, and let's see who we got. So we have Esteban Navarro, 50 to 70 potential, nope. Fernando Monzon 59 to 81, definitely not. And then Juan Insua 56 to 76, nope. So another pretty terrible report from Uruguay, so never mind that. So let's get on with this game against Oldham and see how we get on. Like I said, I reckon that we can get a good result against this team because they're quite far below us, but we get a 2-2 draw, so it's not ideal really, but we didn't lose, I guess, but really I would have hoped for more from that result. Right, weirdly, I've just noticed this news item about Sobby, saying Sobby angling for a move, saying that he is homesick. Hopefully he is not going to want to put in a request soon asking to leave, because he is a key player, so we're going to have to keep a lookout on that. Hopefully it doesn't really come to anything though. Okay, up next we have this match against Cardiff City, and they're only 1 place behind us, 5 points down, so if we were to lose to them, they'd be right back on us, so we want to make sure we win. So I'm going to be playing this game because it is pretty important, so let's see if we can get a good win against them. We made the better start to the game, Bong picking up the ball, playing it through to Sobby in the box, held off the defender, but he fired it wide. But it was a decent start from us, but Cardiff weren't going to roll over easily. Some really dodgy defending played them in, but they fired it wide. So both teams started okay, but then Cardiff almost punished me with a fantastic volley, striking the post. Really good opportunity that was. But then Bong weaved his magic, beating 2 defenders inside the box, but then firing wide, and I actually thought it must have been saved because he always just gobbles those chances up. But then I saw the keeper pick it up like that and I knew it was a miss. It was just so shocking. He never misses those chances, but then he did it again a couple of minutes later, firing wide in another prime position with the goal at his mercy. This was so unlike Bong. We all know how many goals he scores and how well he plays. So I came in at halftime with 3 shots, but none of them on target, and I was getting a bit worried by this. I was being so wasteful in front of goal, and I can't afford to do that against a really good team like Cardiff. They will punish me. And then in the second half it continued. Paulet coming through on goal and a really weak shot fired wide, and I was just riding my luck here that Cardiff couldn't punish me. Brought Tasaka on, and what an impact he made. I really love to see that, just bang into the defender, into the player, sorry, welcome to the game. Great little bash from him there. But Cardiff wasted another great opportunity, and it was just as well for me that they couldn't finish either. Whipped a free kick in, none of my players could get on the end of it, and I was just being so wasteful here. I just couldn't get anywhere near the goal with a decent chance. Even when Bong was through on goal, the type of opportunity that he loves and he will score every time, I fired it straight at the goalkeeper. It just was not working for me today in this game, and we finished at 0-0. I really didn't deserve any better than that, given how poorly I was finishing. I had 5 shots in total, only 1 on target. It just was not good enough. Luckily for me, Cardiff just couldn't finish either, otherwise it could have been a really bad result for me, given how good they are. None of my players played particularly well at all, and I really didn't deserve any more than a 0-0 draw. Okay, up next we have Blackburn in the league, and they're in mid-table, so I'm going to sim this one so we can get up to more important games a bit more quickly. I had to change the team around quite a lot because this is only 2 days after the Cardiff game, so lots of tired players, but we win 1-0, Bennett getting a goal in the 25th minute, so that's a really good result, and we can keep hold of that second place. Okay, our next game is against Leeds United. I am going to sim it because they're just outside the playoff places, so we can get through that one quickly. But just before we do, I have a couple of scouting reports. One from Lee in Scotland, and he has Andrew Lawson 51 to 71. Definitely not. David McKenzie 52 to 70, again reject him. And then Jim Smith 64 to 86. Defender by the look of it, looks fairly decent. I think I'm going to scout him for a little bit longer, 1 more month, just to see how he turns out, but he looks pretty good, could be alright, so we'll see how he turns out in 1 more month. And then we have this final report from England, and we have Fernando Monzon 65 to 87. I think that's going to be, I think he could be okay, sort of mid to high 70s potential. We'll sign him up and we'll see how he does in the academy, because this is the last report from England, and if I want to wait another month, he's just going to get rejected. You can't do that, so I have to sign him up. So I'm going to sign him up. We have Juan Insua, that's a very English name I see, 60 to 80 potential, turning him down. Ruben O'Dowda 60 to 80 as well, turn him down as well. And then Tom Morris 62 to 84, probably not quite high enough, so I will turn him down. So that now means that we have 1 scout available to send somewhere else, and it's Hakan Demidov. Let's see what we should do. I think I'm going to go to a nation I haven't been to before, probably somewhere in Central Europe. I think I'm going to go to Germany. Let's go for 6 months. we're time to look for any type of player because there's nothing really. We've got other scouts looking at different things like wingers and physically strong players, and there's nothing else which we really desperately need. So I'm going to search for any and just see what we can come up with in Germany to hopefully find a few good players in there for us. Right, so onto this game against Leeds United, and we've put out a fairly strong team today because Leeds are a pretty good team and we want to make sure we get a win to hold on to that second place spot. Oh, but we lose 2-1. That's a pretty disappointing result. They get the win in the 88th minute. They left it late and stole it right at the end. Quinton did score, but it wasn't enough, so we lose 2-1 against a pretty decent Leeds United team. So this message has just popped through into my inbox from Sobby. Remember earlier I said that there's some speculation that he is homesick and may want to leave, and he's saying, I don't know where all this speculation comes from, to be honest. I haven't spoken to anyone in the press. Of course, it's not always easy to fit in at every club, but I'm working hard to feel more settled, and the guys have been great for me so far. The fans seem to like me, so there are no real excuses for me not to eventually feel at home here. But no, it's not easy. So he's saying that he's having a difficult time, but he wants to stay and he wants to keep trying. So hopefully that means he's not going to request to leave and say that he's homesick. And you know what FIFA's like, it pops up these messages and players say they want to leave. Hopefully that's not going to happen to him because he's a very, very important player for us. So fingers crossed he is going to stick around. Okay, so next up we have this match against Birmingham. I have run out of time though, so we'll do that next time. Just before I go, I'm going to show you the players of my youth academy because we had a new addition, of course. We have Danny Corrie, 75 to 81, physically strong centre back. Then the new guy, Fernando Monzon, 65 to 87 potential, could turn into a fairly decent player. Looks like he's going to be another defender, physically strong player, hopefully. So he could be quite good. Then we have Keaton Nichols, 72 to 78 playmaker. Levet Goncalves, 71 to 75 right back. And then Marcel Crepeau, 65 to 81 playmaker, the only player who we got out of Canada who's anywhere halfway near decent, but as it turns out he's not even that good anyway, so that was kind of disappointing, that trip to Canada. Then up next we have Martin de Wit, 73 to 79 playmaker from the Netherlands. Michael Coyne, 74 to 80 physically strong striker. And then of course the beast himself, Ryan Green, 6'7" central midfielder, 76 to 82 potential, going to be fantastic. And then finally Shuttleworth for talent, 71 to 75 playmaker. So that is how our youth academy is looking this month. So like I said, that's all I've got time for. As you can see on the date, it's April 25th, so that means the May update is coming soon. That's going to be in the next video, hopefully. So if there are any players who you want me to get rid of in the youth academy who you don't think are going to be good enough, let me know. Leave that in the comments below and I'll have a look at that. We might just wait until May just to see how they do. We're going to get some decent updates to some players, I suspect. Like Ryan Green, for example, he's going to get a good boost and going to become very good, I reckon. That 6'7" monster in the centre of midfield. So looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that in the next episode. Make sure you enter the Scouting Goal Contest too. This month it is on best strikers and centre forwards. So if you found a good player, good striker or centre forward in the youth academy, take a picture when they're in the academy or just after they've been promoted. We don't want any stat growth, just to keep it fair for everyone. So you can submit that picture to FIFA Scouting on Twitter using the hashtag ScoutingGod, or you can go to Facebook, which is facebook.com/FIFA Scouting Tips, or you could leave a link to the image in the comments below or submit it on FIFAScoutingTips.com. There's all sorts of ways of doing it, but make sure you do that before the end of the month. So get stuck into that. Keep all your comments and feedback coming. Love reading through it, and I'm looking for ideas. So keep all that coming. Anything you think I should do next. Also, leave a like as well if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Cross the ball and 3 players go for it. All literally fall over each other, on the ground, stumbling over each other, and just letting the striker roll it into the bottom corner.